Hello everyone, welcome again to another live stream where we teach you AutoCAD in a way that is more productive so you can stop wasting your time. As always, we show up here each Friday around this time. Today we are showing up a little earlier because I had to do some stuff, but usually at 10 a.m. and that is the time in Pennsylvania in the United States. All right, so again, we're all about sharing different techniques, different workflows of working in AutoCAD, and of course, with the goal of saving time. So if your time is important, if you work with AutoCAD professionally, then this is your channel. All right, so we're gonna start reading some of your comments in a moment. Kumar is on the chat. Let me see if I can fix the chat. For some reason it's not showing up. Here we go. Okay, I guess that's much better. How are you doing today? Let me see. Okay, that's much better, I believe. All right, great. Chat is working nicely now. Hey Kumar, how are you, my friend? I'm glad that you are still here with us. We missed a couple of live streams. Last Friday I was sick, so I didn't do any live streams, but here we are now. We feel better. Kumar says, good morning, master sir. Hi Kumar, hope you are doing great, my friend, and I'm glad that you are always looking for ways to save your time in AutoCAD, right? Work easier, make your life simpler. So that's why you are here. All right, so let me start preparing for today's presentation, which you might already know by the title. What it's gonna be about? It's gonna be about layers. Yes, layers is a big thing in AutoCAD. So let me start again preparing here. Okay. Let me see. Okay, I think we're ready to start. And as always, we're gonna give you some time by the end of the presentation to ask your questions in real time, because that's the beauty of doing a live stream, right? You can ask in real time, I can answer also. That's why we prefer this format. Anyway, so let me start the presentation. Gonna close this. Okay, let's do this, guys. On my screen I have some exterior elevations with the wrong layers. So we received these drawings from other folks, and now we need to update it per our layer standards. The problem is, since this is not my drawing, I don't have my layers. That's one problem. So However, we could easily use our custom lazy command called library or layers to bring up all of our layers with one click to our drawing, and we already did that in the past. You can find this on YouTube and create the step-by-step instructions on how to do that, or if you are a member of the channel, you can just go to our Patreon page and just go to collections and find the where's lazy macros. That's where we share all of our custom commands or macros. We have 43 so far, but the problem with using again the layers lazy command to bring up your layers is that it will only bring it here on the layer palette and in the drawing, of course. However, sometimes we might want our layers to physically show up here in the drawing, so that way we can quickly match properties, or we could quickly merge layers and fix our any drawing that we receive per our layer standards. So that's why we're gonna create this new custom command today, and hopefully it's gonna save you so much time. So all right, so in order to get my list of layers that I use for my exterior elevations, which I already shared this with you also, let me see. So I'm gonna go ahead and download it from our, again, Patreon, lazy templates. And I'm gonna download these template for exterior elevations that we shared before. And here is the template. So I'm gonna quickly download it and open it so that I can copy some of the layers that I personally used. So again, this is a simplified version for exterior elevations that I like to use. So I'm gonna simply copy that. But where I'm gonna copy this, right? I need to create a brand new drawing so I can copy and paste my layer standards. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go ahead. I could go and click the AutoCAD icon to create a new drawing, or I could also press the Control N to select a template or open a new drawing. In this case, I'm gonna pick the Imperial Architecture because I'm in the United States, but you can pick a metric architecture if that's your units. So I'm gonna click open, and here is very important. I'll remove everything, title blocks, anything, because again, this is just for my layers. So let's go here, and you can see all of these different layers that I don't need. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete that with the delete key on my keyboard, and you can see only 0 and depth points layer are there. That's okay because we'll always use those. Now I'm gonna go ahead and copy my layers. Of course, you can create yours per your standards very easily. Place or create your layers on the layer palette and then assign that to the specific layer. All right, so what I'm gonna do now is copy that with Control C and close our template because we don't need it anymore. And I'm gonna go ahead and paste it in this new drawing. I'm gonna paste it at 0,0 and press enter, so that way it's always at the origin point. Once I have my layers, of course, I can put a title, maybe I don't know, elevation layers, or, oops, or something like that. That's all up to you. Exterior elevation layers LA or your company name. But the idea is that once you save this with Control S on your keyboard, so I'm gonna save it on my computer, of course. So let me go here, AutoCAD. I'm gonna create a brand new drawing and maybe call this layer dash elevation. Again, that's all up to you. So I'm gonna accept that. Let me say layers and elevation. So I'm gonna open that up and I'm gonna name my drawing. This is very important because we're gonna insert this with a one-click command into any drawing that we receive of or that we are working on. So I'm gonna call this file layers dash elevations. Now here make sure you don't name your file with the same name as the folder, otherwise we're gonna get an error when we create our custom command. So that's why I'm gonna call this elevations instead. So I'm gonna save that and I can go ahead and close this now. Now another thing that I like to do is whenever I bring up my layer list over here, I like to cross it out. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and cross it out like that, so that way I don't get confused and maybe another person that might use or open my drawing also might not get confused. All right, so that's why I like to always do that, but that's all up to you. So I'm gonna go ahead and close and say yes to save it. And now that we stored successfully our layer standard or list of layers in our computer, it's time to create this quick custom command or macro to bring it in AutoCAD quickly with one single click anytime, right? So the way we're going to do it is there are multiple ways. We have now the command macros palette that AutoCAD gave us recently, which is this one. Let me pull it up here. Command macros. So again, it's almost new. AutoCAD realized that custom commands or custom macros is very important now for us to automate some tasks, to simplify our life, and now we have our own command macros, which is great. We can of course right click and go to the command macros to modify anything here, name, description, macros. So for this example, however, I'm not going to use this as you might not have the newer versions of AutoCAD. You might be running AutoCAD 2014, 15, who knows. But just to be fair with everyone, I'm just going to use the tool palette. Everyone have the tool palette, so that you don't have any excuses to save time. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and right click to create a new palette. So I have a new palette right here. And the way I'm gonna create this is I can add a polyline or a rectangle or anything to our tool palette. So I'm gonna left click on it and hold it, and I'm gonna release it right here on my new palette. I can right click now, go to properties, and now we have these two properties that we can start creating our custom command. All right, so we're gonna create this together. And first, the name. Anyone has a name idea for this custom command? Maybe layer import. I mean, I don't know, that's just an idea. If anyone has a better idea on the chat, let me know. Okay, we can add a description here also. Maybe it's something like this command will insert your layer standards list in the current drawing so you can quickly fix drawings per your layer standards. Something like that. That's all up to you, but the more descriptive you are, the better, because maybe you want to share this with another person or in your office. We can add an image here if we want, or have an icon. We can search online. But for this example, I'm just gonna leave it as this. Now, the important part here is the command string. Here is where we're gonna add our shortcode to create this tool or this command. You can see now that I cannot edit this portion is because we need to change the use flyout to nope, so that way we can start playing or adding our command strings. Now I'm gonna erase, of course, the P line because I don't need that, but I need the CC, that means cancel or escape in my keyboard. That's always a good practice to start with. Now, what I want to start with is the insert command. So I'm gonna type insert, and that's a regular command in AutoCAD. I'm gonna press enter. Always follow any command with the semicolon that represents an enter on your keyboard. Now, I like to run the command line version of the insert command, and for that I'm gonna add this character. I think it's called dash or hyphen. And basically what we're trying to do is run the command again here on the command line, and not with Windows dialog boxes or pop-out windows. We want to avoid those when creating macros. So that's why this will run the insert command, but the version that is on the command line. So once we have that, if I press OK for now, oops, let me erase this. So look what's gonna happen if I utilize the layer import. Nothing really happens. Why? Because AutoCAD is asking more questions. If I expand with F2, you can see that the command insert was activated. The beauty is that AutoCAD is asking this not with dialog boxes or windows, because that will stop the macro. So it's running here in the command line, which is nice. Now, of course, we need to enter the name of our block, or we might also give a path for our drawing that we store our layers. So let's do that then. Let's go back to the macro, right click, properties, and let's add now our path for our layers. So let me go ahead and find those. So if I remember correctly, I saved it under AutoCAD layers elevation, and that's the file right there. So what I can do to quickly add the path is go ahead and copy this from my Windows Explorer. So I'm gonna right click and say copy, so that way I can go back here and simply paste it with right click and paste. Now, an important part here is, in order for this to work, of course, I am gonna press enter. I am gonna press enter, but before I press enter, I need to also specify the drawing name. So for that, I'm gonna go back to my folder and I'm gonna press F2 to copy my name. So I like to do this because otherwise you might write or type your name incorrectly and you might have problems. So I'm gonna copy the name of my layers file and I'm gonna go ahead here and paste it. But before I paste it, I need to add a slash. So I'm gonna add slash, but would be this other slash, not this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and paste my the name, and of course I'm gonna say point DWG, and I'm gonna press enter. So that's the name of my drawing and the extension, the drawing extension. Now, the reason why I changed this slash is because I also need to change it for all of these other ones. So I'm gonna do that right now. Let me do it really quick. Otherwise, AutoCAD won't recognize your drawing path. So let me do this one too. All right, I think I changed all of the slashed. Yes. All right, great. Now, another common error that you might get is when your folder names have a space in between. So to avoid that, I'm also gonna use or enclose my path with these quotation marks, I think it's called. So again, in the beginning of my path, I'm gonna add the quotation mark, and I'm gonna add this quotation mark at the end as well. All right, so let me go ahead and test what I have so far as a good practice. Also, when creating custom commands or macros, you don't want to keep adding and adding stuff and then realize there is an error. It will take you more time to find the error. So I'm gonna click OK, and let's see what happens when I use my layer import command. So I'm gonna click, and look what's going on. I'm bringing up my layer standards or list over here, where now AutoCAD is still asking me questions. It's asking me where to insert it. So of course that's all up to you. So let's click here once on my screen and look what's gonna happen. What's happening is AutoCAD is still asking you questions, and this time for the X scale factor. So of course we're gonna say 1 for that. So I'm gonna press 1, I'm gonna press enter, but AutoCAD is still asking questions. Now for the Y scale factor, that will be 1 again, so that's 2 times 1. Just remember that. Press enter, and now again another question for the rotation. So I want to press 0 and press enter. And finally, AutoCAD inserted my list. So I'm going to undo because I want to try that or add those steps on the macro command. So I'm going to go to properties, and over here, do you remember what AutoCAD asked after this code? Well, they ask for the scale factor, remember, for X. So we set 1 and press enter, and then AutoCAD asked for the Y scale factor. We also set 1 and press enter. Then AutoCAD asked for the angle of rotation. We set 0 and we did press enter, right? So those are the steps that we did. So let's click OK and test it. Insert what? We're getting an error here. Value must be non-zero. Enter Y scale factor. Oh, I see. We forgot step. Remember when we let's go back to the command macro. Remember when we finish inserting our path, AutoCAD asked to click a point on our screen to place our layer list. Remember? So we are not addressing that here in the macro. So that would be before the X scale factor. So to address that, we need to use this character, this slash character. So that way we let AutoCAD know that we want to click once on our screen. All right, so let's click OK now and let's test it. Here we go. Now if we click on our screen, boom, there's no more questions about scale, rotation, and so on, which is great. Now if I want to match properties, I can, oops, we have another problem here, guys. Do you see that? The problem is that our block list comes as a block. Our layer list comes as a block, and that's not right. So let's add something on the macro to fix that, to explode that. But let me undo first. Control C a couple of times. Let me go back to the macro. Go to properties and let's add that. So I'm gonna go ahead and by the end of my macro, I'm gonna add a new command. What command? Well, explode, right? And press enter, because I want to explode that layer list because it was inserted as a block. Now, in order to select that automatically, I'm gonna say last and press enter. So that way AutoCAD immediately select the last object and explode it. So let's test it. I'm gonna click OK. Go back here and let's use our layer import command. Here we go. Let me insert it and let me match properties. Maybe match this text to these tags over here. Great. You can see now that it comes exploded, which is great. I can not only match property easily now, but I could also use the lay merge command to maybe merge some layers. For instance, this outline, if I go here on my preview, I'm gonna do a preview, you can see that the outline is very, very light. I need the outline to be nice and dark. So that's why I could use quickly the lay merge command and maybe say select this layer, press enter, maybe select the A elevation white that I like to use, and that way everything or all of the outlines are now gonna show up nice and dark, as you can see. So that's the beauty again of physically having your layers in a list next to your drawing, So it's very, very handy. I use it every time at the architecture office where I work to save so much time and to work easily in AutoCAD. So what do you think, guys, about this quick command that we created? Are you gonna use it? Are you gonna try it out? Of course, I'll share everything that I used today, even the code. I'll copy and paste it in our in our Patreon membership. If you are interested, we have more than 40 macro commands that we have created so far. Our friend Pedal Cruz is on the chat. Hi, Pedal Cruz. If you can give us your real name, that would be great. So that way we can better connect. But yeah, so what do you think, guys? Altamash is on the chat also. Altamash says, hi, Irving. Hey, Altamash. Happy to see you around, my friend, as always. Altamash says, how are you today? I feel better, my friend. That's why I'm here working, doing this live stream. Right? Because I was very sick, actually. Like 2 weeks. For 2 weeks I was very sick. First, the flu and all that stuff. Then my eye. It was a mess. But I'm lucky that, I'm happy that I'm back here and healthier now. I feel better. And we're gonna keep showing up each Friday with our live streams. How are you, Altamash? So yeah. Let me save this drawing. Do you have any questions? Any AutoCAD questions? We still have 5 more minutes to do some Q&A. If you have any questions, suggestions, or ideas. Altamash says, I'm good. I'm glad to hear that, my friend Altamash. All right. So if there are no questions, I think I'm gonna start preparing for our next session next Friday. I would like to know what is your favorite type of live stream, or what's your favorite AutoCAD content, so that way I can do more of those. You can say on the chat, Altamash, Kumar, Pedal Cruz, what's your favorite AutoCAD content? Is it dynamic blocks? Is it custom macros? Is it workflows or techniques, tips and tricks? What is it? So if you share that, I'll be able to do more of those, because I have plenty of topics here. Revit to AutoCAD, we already did that. Maybe I can share this with you. Yeah, so we already did this layers, so I'm gonna move it to published. Revit to AutoCAD, we already did that also. Let me move that to published. AutoCAD 2026 new features. Yeah, we love. Actually, we didn't do anything about 2026 AutoCAD and new features because I was sick. Like I was saying, for 2 weeks we didn't do live streams, and that's where 2026 AutoCAD was released. Maybe we might do something about it. Any ideas to do a live stream for AutoCAD 2026? Guillermo Martinez is on the chat. Hi Guillermo. Let's see, why is not updating here on the chat? Oh, okay. Guillermo says, thanks Irving, that was helpful. Hey Guillermo, I'm glad that you say hi. There are some folks that are in the live stream, but they never say hi. Or they never say a word, so we don't know if you are here, right? The only way for me or for everyone to know that you are in the live stream is if you say hi. Otherwise, I'll just see a number there that says 10 people connected or 6 people connected. That's all. But I'm glad that Guillermo Martinez is with us today. Yeah, Guillermo, I'm glad that it might save you some time, I use it all the time. I use it for exterior elevations, for interior elevations, when we do construction drawings or construction documents. Again, because we might reuse past drawings or old drawings from other people at the office that, they might have done that, and we receive them. We need to update our layers, and this is one of the quickest way to do it. Bring your layer standards physically next to your drawing, quickly match properties, quickly merge layers, and boom, you're done. It's so easy. And the way that I have it set up, which is just, I believe, 4 or 5 layers, right? Dark, light, medium, something like that. That's again per the national US national CAD standards. I didn't create that, right? That's just the standards that I follow, and boom, you're ready to. You don't need more layers for exterior elevations, for interior elevations. That's crazy. That's why you are stressed out. But let's say Altamach says, all that you make we love. That and that are very useful and save our times. Hey Altamach, happy to hear that, my friend. Yeah, that's why I'm here, right? That's why I like to share whatever I use, whatever technique I use to make my life easier at the architecture office where I work. I come here and share it with you. For instance, today's presentation, I had to create that command this week, like a couple of days ago, because again I was wasting time creating layers, finding layers, and it was a mess. I said no, I had to simplify this thing, and boom, pro my 5 layers, inserted it, create a command, boom, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Altamach says, thanks for sharing of knowledge and your previous time that you take for your YouTube family. Oh yeah, for my time. Yeah, yeah, it's it's also what I like. It's my passion also, right? Otherwise, I might not want to show up. I might be tired or something. But if it's your passion, if what you do is what you like, then it feels good. So yeah, I like to find tasks in AutoCAD that are wasted time, and I like to simplify them. I like to automate them. I like to streamline it. That's, I don't know, but that's what I love to do, and we did that over and over here on the channel and also on our Patreon members. We do there maybe more one-to-one or more personalized, because again, those people are supporting each month my work, what I do. But here we also do it with these live streams, right? I don't know any other AutoCAD channel that do their content entirely live. Why? Because it's hard. You make mistakes. Like if I'm creating the macro command right now and things doesn't work as expected, you know, I might get stressed out, like this thing is not working and blah. So, but we take the risk, right? So we take the risk again. Maybe the audio might not be working correctly. We need to fix everything live. It's not easy. That's why not many people do this live. But we did it, and now I guess we're getting better and better. So that's why we are gonna keep showing up each Friday. Altamar says, oh, sorry, precious time. Yeah, Altamar, I got your idea. I'm glad to give you a little bit of my time each Friday. Right now, I actually need to stop because I have a doctor's appointment, a dental one, that I'm going at 10 a.m. So I should hurry up. That's why I did this live stream early today and not at 10 a.m. as usual. Ayman is on the chat, says, hi Irving, this is Ayman from Tunisia. Maybe how to use property sets efficiently and export the data stored in property sets to Excel, if that can be made in CAD. When you say property sets, what's that? Do you mean attribute properties? Like attribute information, like maybe in blocks? Is that what you mean? If so, I think we already did a video with AutoCAD and Excel. If not, we should do that one immediately because I'm using that and I'm saving plenty of time. So let me see. Let's do this quickly, guys. I gotta leave. But let me. Oh nope, we don't have. We should do that live streaming immediately, guys. Excel and AutoCAD and a workflow with attributes and all of that good stuff. So let me put that on my list, so I don't forget. I'm sure it is already on my list, but we didn't have the time to do it. Attributes. Here we go. It's right here. Oops, you're not seeing my screen. Attribute tag numbers to equipment name using Excel and ChatGPT. Here we go. See, guys, I had it already. Maybe I should put it up here. I don't know. I don't know what you guys like. You never answered my question about your favorite content. So I'm gonna put it back there in number 3. But yeah, so I use that technique over and over. Excel to export, import, attribute properties or information, you name it. But I need to do that in a live stream for you. Let's see. Altamar says, if you can make a dynamic block for staircase section that can arrange tray and riser sizes and array the steps. That's a good idea, my friend. We already did stairs, but not for staircase. Just attributes that are found in extended data. Yeah, attributes. Yeah, that's what I think I already answered your question, my friend. I mean, we have that in the queue of topics. Imin says, I don't know if it's included in AutoCAD or it's just part of Civil 3D, to be honest. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I never heard extended data. I might have to research that and take a look and get back to you, Imin. But alright, guys, I'm gonna stop right here. It's time for me to go to my dental appointment. And I'll see you. Oh, before I say bye, I need to say to you that if you feel that you are having a hard time working in AutoCAD, maybe your task is taking you too long to complete it, you're stressed out, your boss is always telling you, hey, when are you getting this done? It's because you're doing something wrong, my friend. AutoCAD should be easy, should be simple. You should be having fun when you work in AutoCAD, like a video game. If you're not, then I suggest you to join our LazyArquitectos and work smarter, not harder. All right? You can have access to all of our files, blocks, commands, everything I shared there with you. And also you have a more personal or direct interaction with me. All right? So I'm going to stop right here, guys. And Amin says, thanks everyone. Thanks, Irving. Guillermo says, thanks again, buddy. We're going to see you here next Friday and at 10 a.m. That's our schedule, all right? See you, everyone.